Welcome to Science for FIP. Please open your books and notebooks. Our topic for today: how does nature reuse materials? Let's begin with a phrase. Waste do not exist in nature because ecosystems reuse everything that grows in a never-ending cycle of efficiency and purpose. Franz van Houten. Now, I want you to take a copy of this because it explains everything that we need to know for this topic. Copy on your notebook. Now, on page B4, how natural materials are reused. For that, nature has natural cycles. Many materials on Earth are used and then reused by living organisms. Air also stores some materials for later use. The air, for example, stores large amounts of oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. Materials such as iron, copper, magnesium, and calcium are stored in rocks. Now, let's see some of the most important natural cycles. First, we have the nitrogen cycle. But first, what is nitrogen? Well, nitrogen is an important element necessary for life. Why is nitrogen important? Nitrogen is a key component for chlorophyll that plants need to make photosynthesis. It's important for the DNA and for the process of proteins and amino acids. But how can the nitrogen be on our planet without ever be wasted or lost? Well, let's see about that. Under the nitrogen cycle, we have nitrogen that is produced by organisms. Example, the little cow produces organic matter like manure. In this process of is released nitrogen gas that is absorbed by the soil. And by using organisms like decomposers, is transformed into different elements like ammonium, nitrates, and nitrates. This is important because plants need this for their process of photosynthesis. Other ways that nitrogen can be fixated on the floor or soil is through lightning. Lightning are important to fixate the nitrogen in the soil. Without nitrogen, plants are not going to be able to produce their chlorophyll and neither photosynthesis. Nitrogen is also a very known fertilizer for plants. Two, carbon dioxide. The cycle of carbon dioxide is one of the most known cycles that we learn. It's produced by many ways. For example, combustion of fuels, animal respiration, waste material, and decomposers. Dead organisms also produce carbon dioxide. However, this is absorbed by plants that need this gas to produce the photosynthesis. And in return, they give us a new gas that we need to live. That is called the oxygen. Oxygen also has a cycle. Once that is released by plants, it can happen in two ways. One, it goes back into our lungs so we can create more carbon dioxide and then be absorbed by plants, or a little bit goes enough to the sky to receive solar radiation and produce another important element for our life that is called ozone. Ozone is the sunscreen of the planet. Without ozone, the planet will be just a big ball of fire. Finally, we have the water cycle. You remember this, right? Water is evaporated because of the heat, goes up into the sky, and becomes clouds. This process is called condensation. Once the clouds are very heavy or the temperatures will go very low, it is released as precipitation, like rain or snow. Water then is moved through runoff or infiltrated inside the soil to be underground water that we can use later or plants use later, or just go back to water bodies like rivers, lakes, or oceans. What do you think? Nature is impressive, isn't it? Well, that's all for today. See you next time.